If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, October 25th, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Ryan Murphy was one of the hottest male recruits this season, and it was the University of California at Berkeley that won the battle to get this very fast backstroker. Ryan joins us now in the Finis Monitor from Jacksonville, Florida. Ryan, good to see you. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. So tell me, how does it feel to be able to say you're now going to be a Cal Golden Bear?
It's a great feeling. More of a relief than anything. The college recruiting process was a pretty long and exhausting process, so happy to have it done.
Yeah, tell me about that. I mean, what made it so difficult? Was it just the agonizing thought of having to pick one school out of all these great schools that you considered? Yeah,
I mean, there's a reason why everyone doesn't go to the same school, because it's all kind of personal opinion, and there's definitely pros and cons to every school. There's no perfect school out there. That was one of the hard things I had throughout my process, as I was trying to take bits and pieces from each school. And then once I got over that there is no perfect school, it kind of helps push the process along a little bit.
What other schools did you consider going to?
So I took trips to, my first trip was Cal Berkeley, and then Texas was the next weekend. Then I had a week off, and then Auburn, Florida, and then Stanford.
So it's kind of interesting. I think probably a lot of people were thinking you'd want to stay close to home, go to Florida, and you have the Ryan Lochte connection, both you 200 backstrokers. And, like you said, every school had a little bit to offer, for you. What was it specifically about the Cal team or the school that made you feel like this was the right fit for you?
Well, I kind of looked at it as there's kind of three big components that I was looking for in a college. The first was athletics, the next was academics, and the third was what kind of person I would be after I left college. So within athletics, relationship with the coach, Dave Durden's awesome. The team, I felt like the team had very similar goals to me, and I could definitely tell their focus and willingness to make sacrifices to reach their goals. That was really good. Weight coach, Nick Folk, was awesome also. Then academics, Cal Berkeley, I think it's the #1 public school in the nation. And then the person I would become, I could tell the guys on the team, they're all really quality guys, and I couldn't ask for a better role model than Dave Durden.
Now, I know you put in a lot of work there at Bolles. Sergio Lopez, your coach there, puts you through a lot of hard work there. How will the Cal program compare or differ from what you're doing now at Bolles?
That's a good question. I think Sergio's program, we do a lot of speed work. I wouldn't say we do a lot of yards. I mean, with conversations with different coaches, I would tell them a practice. And I remember one coach in particular, I told him the amount of yardage we did for a week, and I thought it was like a high number for the week. He was like, oh, that must have been a relatively low volume week for you. But I think Cal definitely has the quality over quantity focus also. I'm just excited to work with them.
Yeah, definitely so. Now, at the NCAAs, everybody swims, especially the top swimmers, swim 3 individual events. We're kind of assuming 200 back, 100 back are going to be 2 of them. What do you think your third event might be?
I'd say right now, 200 IM. I'm a little bit limited with my breaststroke. My feet go in instead of out, so that's a little bit of an issue. But right now, probably 200 IM, but we'll see. Maybe do 2 events on the second day, or 50 free or 500 free the first say, who knows what they'll make me.
Yeah, that would be tough to have to do that 500 free, but like I think that's one of the things that
It's
probably.
not my first choice.
Yeah, you're at the hands of you're at the mercy of whatever the team needs, I would imagine. Do you have an idea what your major might be at Cal?
Yeah, I think it's called a different major everywhere, but at Cal it's called integrative biology. It's pretty much exercise science, human performance. So that's what it was called at some different universities.
Interesting. So what got you interested in wanting to study that?
I mean, basically, like I have no idea what I want to do career-wise. So my plan is just I'm interested in that. And so I figured, why not make that my major, and then I'll take some business courses as well, and then hopefully I'll continue swimming after school and go to graduate school for either business or that integrative biology track.
Well, that's a good plan. Well, now that you committed to Cal, you can kind of put all your focus on the Florida State meet in a couple of weeks. Are you going to be fully tapered, or are you going to be partially tapered like you've been before?
I think the plan is to go all out for states this year. We have a really good team this year. I mean, with Joseph, Santo, Josh Booth. I mean, I could go on and on with the names. I think we have a chance to do something pretty special, especially with the relays. So I know like I'm gonna be doing 3 relays and 100 back. I won't be doing a second individual, but I think we're gonna go fast, and I think it's 2 weeks now.
Well, we saw those national records you guys did a couple weeks ago, and from what we understand, you guys weren't shaved or tapered. So we're all looking forward to it. And what's interesting is that you were also part of that national high school record in the 200 medley relay a couple years ago. So you kind of have that distinction of having all 3 national high school relay records. Is the goal to kind of drop that medley relay record as well?
Yeah, definitely. Because the week we went the 120 and I think it was 258 at a dual meet that week, we went 131 in the medley relay without wearing suits, and we had school that day, and I think we had morning practice too. So I think, just throwing a timeout there, I think we could probably go 127 in the medley relay, and then we'll probably hopefully drop the other 2 relays as well.
That's going to be amazing to see. And you got that 100 back as well. It's kind of interesting that the Bolles School record is one of those unbelievable swims by Alex Lim from the 1990s, I believe 46.7. I would imagine you've been staring at that time on the record board for a while.
Yeah, they've got a big record board up at Bolles. So I mean, it's definitely a motivating factor. It's not about records. It's just about I make my own personal goals, and if that's the record, then great. If not, then well.
Too bad they don't have a 200 back in high school. Be interesting to see if you can go 139 before you get to college, which is what everybody's thinking, that 139 is kind of like going to be nothing for you when you go to college next year.
We will see.
We will see. Absolutely right. So. Are you going to also, in addition, go to the short course nationals in December?
Yeah, I'm going to go to short course nationals because I got selected for the short course world team in Turkey. So I think the way it works out with the traveling, I couldn't do juniors, and we tried to talk them out of it, but they wouldn't budge. So I'm going to nationals. So I'm gonna miss juniors. Juniors is probably my favorite meet that we go to. But
you won't be able to swim it when you're 18 years old. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I guess a trip to Turkey can kind of outweigh all that. Well, that'll be very exciting to see you swim in Turkey. I want to talk a little bit about Olympic trials. You got 4th in the 200 back. What were your emotions after that race? What did you think about getting 4th place?
It was kind of a mix of emotions, because after semifinals, I was really happy with my swim. I think you interviewed me after the 200 back semis. I think you could tell like I was upbeat because I felt like I saved up a little bit in semis, and then at finals, I mean I don't really know what happened. I got really nervous, I think that took a little bit of energy out of me, and I ended up going the exact same time as I went in semis. So I was a little bit disappointed with the time. The place was incredible. I mean, I can't complain about fourth place, but there's definitely room for improvement for this summer.
Yeah, not many 17-year-old males could say they got fourth place at the Olympic trial. So it definitely is an accomplishment. But you're right. I think a lot of people after that semis, myself included, had kind of expected you to go a little bit faster. But I would imagine this gets you hungrier for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really thinking about 4 years down the road right now. Right now, I'm just focused on states coming up, and then hopefully when I get to college, I'll sit down with Dave and I know he's a big planner, so I think we'll kind of create a plan for the next 3 years and see where it takes us.
Well, I think you're going to be going far with it, Ryan. I'm really happy to hear about your college commitment. Congratulations on picking Cal, and good luck in a couple of weeks. We'll all be watching.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks so much, Ryan. All right, so that's Ryan Murphy. As you notice, he was wearing a shirt and tie, took some time off from his day at Bolles School to talk to us. We really appreciate that. And that's going to do it for today's edition of the Morning Swim Show. As always, I remind you to join us on swimmingworld.com, on Facebook, or on Twitter to keep up with the latest news. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.